Okay, so it seems like YouTube has started the stream. I'm still trying to work it out. I haven't done any streams on YouTube before, so I'm not sure how everything works. I'm not 100% sure that people are watching this. And if you hear the sound, if you see the video, please do let me know in the comments. It's gonna help me quite a bit to figure out that it's actually working. All right, so yeah, let's see what's going on with this YouTube streaming. Okay, so Elizabeth, hi there. She sees everything's working. Let's see if I could get the chat into the actual stream right now. So I have my chat right here. Okay, so there's the chat. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna wait just a few more minutes to see if people are joining in. Well, if nobody joins the live stream, I'm still gonna do it. I'll talk to myself and Elizabeth there in the comments, in the chat section, because that's what I do almost every Monday. Whenever I do a podcast episode and I don't have a guest for the podcast episode, is basically talking to myself. The only difference right now that besides of a microphone, I also have a camera looking at me, which is a little bit awkward. I'm not used to that, but that's fine. We're in 2018 and this is where our content is going. We have more and more video as content, and we have more and more live streaming. If you look at, well, a lot of different brands and people that own blogs and different kinds of websites, many are going on Instagram Live, Facebook Live, as well as YouTube Live. I have no idea why I decided to do YouTube instead of Facebook. It just seems like a more appropriate platform for that. It seems like I have more options here, as you know, having a chat and a few other things. So yeah. Okay, I don't see. Okay, yeah, I see the comments. Okay, so I guess I'm going to start talking to myself in the stream, and the goal of the stream is to try it out, to see how streaming works, to see if there's any interest for live streams, because to be honest, I get a lot of questions by email, mostly, sometimes through comments on my blog, the Extra Paycheck blog, from people asking me about the really different parts of online business, of online entrepreneurship. And I guess that's what I'll be talking about during this stream, unless somebody asks me very specific questions. I'm going to be talking about online business in general, maybe give you a few ideas. If you're not watching this live, if you're watching the recording of this, then maybe I'll give you some ideas on how to start an online business of some sort, start making money online. So if you're curious, for me, it started in 2007. This was the last time I had a proper job, like a 9-to-5 job. I worked at an office, and I'm not gonna go into all of the details, but I stumbled upon this concept of online marketing, actually making money online, and I thought, well, that makes a lot of sense. You know, people must be making money online, and I wanted to do that as well. So the very first thing that I did was simply selling some of my old junk on eBay. That's pretty much how it all started. And then when some of my coworkers saw me do that, they asked me to sell a few items for them for a commission. So I did that as well. But eventually I figured that I didn't have enough items to sell, and it was quite hard. I didn't want to deal with all the shipping and figuring out how much things cost, because shipping within Canada or from Canada to pretty much anywhere in the world could be really expensive for really stupid items that, you know, an item that costs a few dollars and you're gonna pay $20, $30, $40 shipping. It didn't make sense. So I started looking for other ways to make money online, and the one of the concepts that got me interested was affiliate marketing. And I was completely new I have to mention that I didn't know what affiliate marketing was. I didn't know what traffic meant, or I didn't know how to set up a blog. I didn't know what to write on the blog. I didn't know any of that. I was a complete beginner. But when I heard that you could not sell but rather promote other people's products and get a commission out of it, I thought it was a really great idea. So I started kind of looking for information on that subject, on that topic. This is how it all started. And I stumbled upon this training platform. I'm going a little bit ahead of myself. Before I stumbled upon a training platform, I bought quite a few different courses that promised to make me rich, to show me the secret on getting, a whole bunch of sales or commissions, whatever that is. And I bought quite a few of them, to be honest. And I was really disappointed because every time it was either junk information that couldn't be applied to anything, or it was pretty much scams all the time, because you would buy a $50 product that promises to make you rich or promises to teach you anything, and then once you get in the product, all you see is that they're asking you to buy even more products. They're telling you, well, yeah, okay, you bought the first one, now buy the second product, which doesn't make sense. And I figured that you could just keep buying products without ever ending, and you'll never make money, because you'll be just spending all your money on this info products, on this so-called training. So yeah, I didn't like that part. But yeah, then eventually I stumbled upon a platform which was really good, and it actually had a lot of training, and it was somewhat well organized. They got much better at it than they used to be. But I started following the training, and whenever I learned something new, because I went step by step, they had like first step, set up a blog, set up a website, and they would show you how to do that. So as soon as I learned how to set up a website, I didn't care about my website looking amazing online, or I didn't care about having a proper color in my menu. I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted to set up a website and move on to the next lesson. And as you can imagine, the next lessons were related to affiliate marketing. So they would teach you how to pick a niche, how to pick a product to promote, then how to find an affiliate program for it, then how to write content, and so on and so forth. So eventually I ended up with a blog, actually a few blogs in just a few weeks, and those blogs started generating some income, which was quite unbelievable at first. And I think one of my first sales, if I remember correctly, was $33 and some odd cents. But when I thought that I made $33 commission, affiliate commission, I thought, well, you can certainly do more than that. That $33 is just a beginning. It wasn't a fluke, somebody bought something that I'm promoting. This means that I could just rinse and repeat. I could find more products or more people to buy these products that I was promoting. So I just kept going, and I'm building a whole bunch of other blogs. And to be honest with you, this wasn't the greatest strategy, because a lot of these blogs failed rather fast, for many different reasons. First of all, I didn't give enough time to each and every business, each and every affiliate website, niche website, because, well, obviously, if you're trying to run 10 websites at the same time and you don't even know how to run one properly, some of them are bound to fail. Another reason why websites failed to make money was because I didn't pick a right niche or right product, or I simply didn't like the industry that I jumped into, and it was incredibly hard to put out any kind of content, or any kind of good content, let's say. So I would try to write something completely horrible, and I'm sure the people that actually found those websites, when they saw the content, they were completely turned off and they just left the website. So that's my first tip. If you are starting an online business of any kind, don't expect to get rich overnight, and don't be scared to fail, because you will fail. Maybe not the whole business, but you'll run into problems of some sort. Sometimes you'll have to figure out how to solve something. Sometimes you'll have to, get rid of a website and start a new one, because you'll realize that you went after a wrong product or a wrong niche. Yeah, so that's kind of my story in a nutshell. That was, as I mentioned, in 2007, late 2007, actually, October, November. So right now 2018, it's been pretty much 10 years. This autumn it will be 11 years that I started affiliate marketing and online business in general. So since then I've jumped onto quite a few different things when it comes to marketing, when it comes to online marketing. I've done local marketing, online marketing for local clients, where I would help local businesses to get on the front page of Google. I've done many different things. I've sold my own products that I've manufactured online on Amazon and other platforms. I even created my own info product at some point, made some money with it, but I didn't like it because, to be honest, I knew that there were much better products than mine. So for me, it didn't make sense to keep promoting something that I thought wasn't 100% great. So in the end, I always went back to affiliate marketing, and that's the model that I love the most for quite a few different reasons. Well, one of them being that I don't actually own any products. I don't have to worry about that, physical or digital. All I do is promote them. And if somebody is unhappy with the product that I purchased, of course I try to help them if they reach out to me directly, but most of the time it's not me that takes care of that. It's the owner of that product. Right, so yeah, affiliate marketing, that's once again my favorite business model, affiliate marketing. But if you are completely new to online business in general, there's so many different models that you could do and follow. Affiliate marketing is definitely not the best, and it's very subjective. It's my favorite. I think it's one of the best, but is it really? Some people don't like it. Some people have tried affiliate marketing and they didn't like it, and they tried something else and they succeeded at that. So there are many different ways to make money online, and I'm gonna mention a few of them right now. So the first one that actually I thought of it today or a few days ago, I thought of mentioning it on this live stream, is basically reselling stuff. You know how I mentioned that I used to sell some stuff on eBay? So at this point, I'm very passionate about old audio equipment, vintage electronics and stuff. And the best place to get those vintage electronics is, of course, garage sales, yard sales, thrift stores as well. And whenever I go to a thrift store to look for an old receiver or a turntable, sometimes I stumble upon items that I know have a lot of value, that people want to buy them, especially, once again, older items, something that used to be maybe popular many years ago, right? So sometimes I would buy these items and I would resell them on eBay or on a local Craigslist or Kijiji website, simply because I know there's a demand for that. And before buying those things, I usually just check it with my phone. While I'm at the thrift store, let's say, I would look up the model of a photo camera or a certain book or whatever it is that caught my eye, and I would try to see how much it sells for online, and more importantly, not how much people are asking for it, but how much people have actually paid for it. So one of the tricks is going to eBay and looking at completed listings, and you could see the items that actually sold, and this will give you a better idea of how much the item is worth. And often enough, you'll find things for $2, $3, even $5, $10 that could easily be sold for $50, $100, $200. I have a friend that this summer he bought 2 audio receivers at a garage sale for $10 each, and he sold one of them for $200, another one for $280 with a minimal cleanup. So that's pretty incredible. And this is I'm mentioning this because since my podcast, my blog, my YouTube is called Extra Paycheck. This is something that you could do not as a business, but you could do that as a side hustle. You could do that on the weekends, simply concentrating on a few different industries and trying to find these items for cheap at, once again, garage sales and thrift stores, and simply resell them, list them on eBay. And especially if you live in the US, the shipping in the US is so much cheaper than it is in Canada. So it's a no-brainer. It's quite easy. I met some people that actually make a living, pretty comfortable living doing that. All they do is flip items, and they make upwards to 100 grand a year, which is incredible, but it's doable. See, some people take this side hustle and turn it into a full-time job. You can do that as well, but that's one of the easiest ways to generate an extra paycheck, in my opinion. It doesn't really require much investment, except those few dollars that you're gonna spend on the initial item. Now, if you actually go into starting like a legit online business, there are many different ways to go about it, because there's so many different business models. There's so many different things you can do. A lot of people right now talk about startups and building apps and stuff like that. So when you go that path, you'll probably need some kind of a programming knowledge, coding knowledge, if you want to create an app. If you think you have a great app idea, but you have no idea how to code, how to create that app, once again, you could look up some training, and there's a lot of free training online, which is really awesome for that. Or you could find a partner, someone who's going to create that app for you, and then you'll have to market it. But just like any business, it's not easy money. Whatever app or software or bot that you create, you'll have to spend a lot of time and probably a lot of money marketing it and trying to sell it. If it's something more serious, then you actually have to hire people. You either need to have the money to pay them, or you have to find investors for your idea, which also isn't very easy. People don't just throw money at any idea. You have to prove them that this idea works. Most of the time, you have to build some kind of a prototype of the app and actually get people using it and build a customer base already before actually pitching it to the investors. So that's that's one thing. What was I gonna talk about next? So, besides all those startups and apps, as I said, you need to have a really good idea. And one of the big mistakes that I've seen people make when validating those ideas is asking their friends. So I came up with this really amazing app, and it does this and that, and it only costs $5 to use it. And the friends would try to encourage them and tell them, well, that's a great idea, that's a really good app. So you have 10 of your friends tell you it's a great app, right? That's awesome. But wait, before you actually start building it, ask those same friends if they're willing to start paying you $5 for that app right now. And the truth is that I'm pretty sure all of them will not pay you that money. They'll find some excuse to not pay it. And the real excuse is that this app is useless. Nobody really wants it. They're being nice to you because they're your friends. So they're telling you, yeah, that's a great idea. But if you actually ask them to pay for that idea, even if it's just a few dollars, most people will tell you, no, like I don't really need that, or I use something similar that already works well for me, or whatever else. When people start actually giving you money for your app idea before your app is out there, that's validation. That's when you know that you should move forward and maybe do something with it. There's this term when it comes to tech, especially, is called MVP, minimal viable product, or something like that. When people don't want to build a software or an app, they build like the bare bones of it, the very, very basic version. It just has to function, barely function. And they try to pre-sell it to potential customers. So if you didn't spend a lot of money, you didn't spend a lot of time, you have a very basic version, and if you do some marketing for it and people start paying you in advance for you promise them a much cheaper price or some kind of a huge discount, and if people actually start pre-ordering that product or that app, that software, that's also very good validation that there's a demand for it. And once this money starts rolling in, you could actually use that money that people paid you for a pre-order to pay developers, to pay designers, and to create your app or to create your software. Yeah, so that's tech. Now, what I see more people on, well, I mean, most people that I hang out with, most people that I talk to, spend time with, they all do some kind of content marketing. So a lot of people have blogs, and they have websites, and you could do different things on blogs. You could promote affiliate products, like what I'm doing mostly. You could create videos on YouTube or do blogs as well and find sponsors for your content. Different brands and companies will be happy to pay you for a promotion for a piece of content that you post on your blog. But that's, once again, it's not a get rich quick scheme. You'll have to build that up. You're not gonna start a blog and hope to be super successful in a few months. I would say a typical blog will take anywhere from 6 months to a year of constant fresh content to actually get somewhere. And it's not just the content. You can't just write awesome stuff on your blog and hope that it's going to become popular. You have to market your blog just as you have to market any business or any app or any software. You have to reach out to people, tell them about your blog. You have to get people to like your blog, to share your content with others, and this is how the business grows. Okay, so I have a question here from Elizabeth. How long does it take to make a living off a blog? Yeah, I think I kind of answered that. Well, I didn't really answer that. How long does it take to make a living? That's a good question, but nobody can ever answer that with a full guarantee. It really depends on a person. It depends on your blog. It depends on your business. I would say that you shouldn't get discouraged if you've been running your blog and you're being very consistent. You always post new content on it and you're promoting it, and it's been 6 months or even a year and you're not making significant money. Then it's normal. It takes a long time. Now, some people, succeed faster than others. Some people will make enough money to live off of a blog after just half a year. I think my niche websites were making enough money to pay rent and to pay my bills after a few months, 4 maybe 5 months. I was able to do that, but the big difference here is that I was actually working on them full time. I was spending probably from 8 to 12 hours a day, every day in front of the computer, working on those websites for 3 or 4 months straight. This is how I was able to generate all the traffic and all those commissions. If you are working on your online business, on your blog part-time, then, well, certainly it's going to take longer. If you're only putting 2 hours a day or 2 hours a week, it's gonna take you probably a year to start seeing good results or somewhat decent results. I had Pat Flynn on episode number 100 of the Extra Paycheck podcast. If you haven't listened to the podcast, do check it out. It's really good. And a lot of people in the affiliate marketing world and blogging world, they know of Pat Flynn. They know of him as this success story, this guy that makes 6 figures a month from his blog. And he mentioned it on my podcast that it took him at the very least a year for every blog, every website that he started to actually start making good enough money. And I'm talking about $1,000 a month, maybe $2,000. So it took him more than a year for each website. So that's, I would aim for that. I would stick to it for a year at least to actually make a decision if it's worth my time or not after a year. And I'm not saying, once again, it's important, and I have to put an accent on that. It's not just setting up a blog, writing a few different posts on it, and then hoping that it's going to become popular. You have to be consistent and persistent. You have to keep putting work into that blog. And eventually things are going to start happening. It kind of snowballs, actually. It doesn't, as I said, it doesn't happen overnight, and sometimes it feels like you're working for months without any visible improvement or anything significant. But at some point it just starts snowballing from there. You make $100 the first month, and then you make 500 the next month, and then you make $1,000 after that. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. Just sticking to it for long enough, and not giving up too fast, and not hoping that you'll become rich overnight. There have been a lot of stories about these successful businesses, especially when it comes to online business and to software and stuff like that. And these successful overnight success stories that turned out to be not that overnight. For instance, I think everybody knows the Angry Birds video game. And that company, Rovio, the developers for Angry Birds, I think they almost went bankrupt at some point, because they've been creating video games for, I don't remember how many years, but several years, like years and years. I think they made over 50 different games. 50 games, think about that. And none of them became successful. Pretty much all of those games failed. These guys even managed to raise millions of dollars in investments, and they kind of lost it all because, well, they have to pay themselves salaries, and they have quite a few expenses, and none of the games worked. Then Angry Birds, if I remember the story correctly, and you could check it out, I think, on Wikipedia. Angry Birds was the last game that they decided to do, and they said that we have to give our best. We have to do everything we can do to make this game popular, because if it doesn't, we'll go bankrupt. We don't have any more money left. And that's the game that actually became popular for them. That's the game that turned everything around and made them, what was it, like $1 billion or something. That's what they sold the company for, or the game eventually. So that's, for many of us, when we think of that story, we're like, yeah, that's an overnight success. Look at them. This company out of nowhere creates a game, and it becomes so successful, and they have millions of downloads overnight. But that overnight success took several years to build, and that's pretty much the same for any business. Now, once again, I'm saying that it doesn't mean that it'll take you 10 years to build a profitable blog. But it's not going to happen over a month. It's not going to happen in a week. It's not going to happen in a few months, probably. It'll take 6 months and more for you to start seeing the results. I just got a question by email from Transformation First, and the question is, how do you make money online if you have no money to invest? That's a good question. And that's pretty much one of the main reasons why I love affiliate marketing and online marketing in general so much, because you don't really need an investment when you're starting an online business. If you compare that to an offline business, like a brick and mortar business, online business is simply incredible. If you want to open up a store in your city of any kind, you'll need, $30,000, $40,000, $100,000 as an initial investment to buy the equipment, to pay the rent, to all those things. When it comes to online, you don't need any of that. You don't need inventory. You don't need to a physical space. You don't need a warehouse. You don't need to pay employees. You could start all by yourself, and all you really need, the two most important things that I would suggest, is a web hosting plan and a domain name for your website. A domain name costs anywhere from $12 to $15 per year right now, and I get my domain names from Namecheap. I think it's one of the best companies when it comes to domain names. And the hosting plan will cost you, depending on what you need, but anywhere from $50 to maybe $100 per year, maybe $150. So it'll cost you like $10 a month to start a business. I really don't consider that as an investment, because if you can't afford to pay for web hosting, if you don't have $15-20 a month to put into your business, then unfortunately you're in a situation where you should really be looking for a job because it's really not much. That's the really minimal investment, $10, $15 a month, and you could start your online business. Now, the thing is that besides that money, you'll have to invest your time, because it's either or. Either you have to invest your time or invest your money, or sometimes both. So, if you're starting a blog and you're trying to do affiliate marketing, which is one of the cheapest models of online business, you're simply promoting products for companies like Amazon or Walmart, or pretty much any company you could imagine most likely has an affiliate program, and they let you promote their products and they pay you a commission if you make a sale. So you have your domain name, you have your hosting, and then you just spend your time doing product research, creating content, helping people, trying to figure out what kind of solutions and answers people are looking for. And that's pretty much it. So besides that money that you initially put into your business for hosting, you just spend all your time writing content and improving your content, and that's it. You don't really need much money. Like, I don't consider that as an investment at all. That's nothing. $10 a month or $15 a month, it's really negligible. If you think of people who buy Starbucks coffee or something, a coffee is $5 or a cappuccino is $5. You buy 2 of them a month, and here is your payment for your domain name and your hosting as well. 2 cups of coffee. That's pretty incredible, right? Or a beer at a bar. Just drink 1 beer less at a bar and you have money to start an online business. That's pretty incredible, right? And once you actually start making money with that online business, with your blog, once you start making some sales, then you can reinvest whatever you're making into more tools and more resources. One of the bigger resources I would suggest is a list building tool like MailChimp. This will help your business grow, because you're gonna build a list of people, potential clients and customers who you could contact at any time. And that, I think, MailChimp, you could actually start a list for free, up to 2,000 people on that list or something like that. But if you want automation, if you want to pre-schedule your emails and automate your email sequence, then you have to pay $10 or $15 per month. I think I'm paying, like, I don't know, something like that, like $25, $30 a month. But because the thing is, as your list grows, they charge you more money for that list. But it's kind of normal, because as your list is growing, you're supposed to be making more money out of it, so you can afford a more expensive plan. And then you could buy a lot of different things, like better web design, or you could hire someone to do a website for you. You could pay for some premium plugins and premium services. It was the same thing for my podcast. When I first launched the Extra Paycheck podcast in 2015, in April of 2015, it's actually going to be 3 years in a month and a half. So I had my computer, and the only thing that I bought was this very microphone that you're looking at, this Blue Yeti. That was a microphone that I bought for the podcast. And eventually, with time, I bought a different microphone, I bought a mixer, I bought a recorder. But see, I didn't jump on it at the very beginning, because I thought, well, what if I don't like podcasting? What if I'm not consistent enough? What if I do a few episodes and I give up? So I thought it wouldn't be smart to invest money into all of this equipment, different equipment, when I don't even know if I'm going to keep doing it. So I bought pretty much one of the cheapest good enough microphones and started the podcast. And eventually, with time, when it started picking up, I upgraded. It's the same thing for online business. You could start with $10 a month, and if it picks up, or when it picks up, when you start making money from your blog, from your website, then you could actually start investing more money into different services, maybe hiring people, outsourcing some tasks. Okay. Another few businesses I wanted to mention, actually business models. One of them is drop shipping, which a lot of people often confuse with affiliate marketing. And drop shipping means is that you set up a website where you sell different products, but you don't actually have these products. You're selling physical products which you don't have. So, for instance, I don't know, I'm looking for something here on my table. For instance, you're gonna start selling these headphones. You come up with like a headphones brand, and you find the manufacturer who makes or who can make these headphones for you, and you list them on your website. You start selling them. Whenever a sale comes in, you receive the payment, and the information then goes to the manufacturer, and they actually ship out that item to your customers. So it's similar to affiliate marketing in the sense that you don't have the inventory yourself, and often you're not paying for it unless there's an order. Like some companies, some manufacturers will require you to place a minimum order of, I don't know how many, like 1,000 pieces or something. But some others are okay with making it, one by one, because a lot of these manufacturers, they'll make like thousands of generic headphones, and whenever you send them a client, they'll basically put your logo, they'll put a little sticker with your company name on that pair of headphones. But in reality, there's 20 other guys selling the same pair of headphones, just labeled differently. So that's drop shipping. While affiliate marketing, you don't have to work with these products at all. You don't have to talk with manufacturers. In drop shipping, if a client has a problem with your product, you have to deal with that. You have to deal with the refund. You have to figure out what you're going to do, either replace the item or ignore the client, which is never a good idea. But in affiliate marketing, it's not your job. You're not dealing with clients and customers and refunds and payments. All you do is pick up your commission. And yeah, of course, you could make a higher margin if you do drop shipping, because you could make something for $5 and then sell it for $50, and you're making $45 per sale. And when you're promoting a product from, let's say, Amazon, you're making anywhere from 4 to 8% commission per sale. So if you're gonna sell a pair of headphones, if you're gonna promote a pair of headphones for $100, you're only going to make $5, $6, $8 commission on it. So it's it's really different business, and you can't compare them. So yeah, that's something to think about. Okay, I have a question here from Ambrose. Hi Alex, I was wondering what your cache plugin setup was. I think he asked me this question before, and I totally forgot to answer that question. I'm actually going to look at it right now because I don't remember. So Ambrose is asking about a plugin that people use for WordPress in order to make website a little bit faster. It decreases loading speed, so your website loads much faster when using certain plugins. And I'm going to look at my plugins right now. Let's see what I have installed. By the way, Ambrose, I don't have a premium version of pretty much any plugins. I have Lightspeed is deactivated. I have WP Fastest Cache. So yeah, WP Fastest Cache is my plugin for the Extra Paycheck blog. Elizabeth is asking if we could see my plugins. I don't think I could show you the plugins because I'm not logged in into my website on the browser that I have prepared for the for the actual stream. So I'm not. So that's the plugin that I'm using for my WordPress. Let me see if I could log in through here. I'm just gonna try to log in to my blog. I don't remember my my credentials. It's wonders of technology. See, my computer remembers all the passwords for me. No, I really don't remember my password for the for WordPress, so I can't show my plugins on screen right now, but I could tell you a few of them. Most of them have accelerated mobile pages, Akismat anti-spam. I have Bloom, Monarch plugin, Q2W3 fixed widget. This is a pretty neat plugin actually, and I'll show you how this one works. I really like this plugin, and it took me a little while to find it, but I liked it. So okay. Okay, let's look at it. Here's the browser. Now you see how I'm scrolling down my blog, and on the right side you see these different, how would you call them? I don't know, like kind of banners. These 3 banners, and they're not scrolling. They're staying fixed. So it, you know, when you set up a DV, or when you set up any kind of a website, usually when you scroll, everything scrolls. Because if I scroll up, you see I have other elements in my sidebar, right? So I'm scrolling and they're all scrolling. But these are very important to me because, well, to be honest, most of them lead to money pages. Like this one leads to my tools page, and most of the tools have affiliate links, and if somebody clicks and then buys, I make money. So I needed to find a way to make them not scroll, to stay fixed while I'm still scrolling. So that's the plugin that I used, that I mentioned, Q2W3. It's a fixed widget plugin. That's all it does. It's, you know, as you can see, very basic. Ambrose is asking if I have the premium version. No, the WP Fastest Cache, I do not have a premium version. It's a free version. I guess they probably do have a paid version. I don't have a paid version, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm looking at the website right now. They have a premium version, but I don't have that. I have a free version. Okay. We have Alejandra in the house. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the stream. If you have any questions about online business, online marketing, please do post them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer those questions. And we're talking about some of the plugins on my blog. So then after that, I have a really simple SSL redirection plugin. I don't remember what it does. Okay, it says it manages all my 301 redirects and monitors for errors, so it's quite technical. Smart podcast player. This is a plugin that helps me make my podcast player look good on the website. This is a player that was developed by Pat Flynn, so I pay him like $100 a year for that alone. WP Fastest Cache to make the website faster. Yet another star rating. That's a plugin that helps me put those kind of review stars on my posts. And last but not least, I have Yoast SEO. That's one of my favorite plugins for when it comes to SEO and making my blog rank better and make more money as a result. So those are pretty much all of the plugins that I have. Often people ask me how many plugins are too many. I don't really care about that. I don't look at the number of plugins. Whenever I really need a plugin because it does something that makes my website better, I usually use it. If a plugin is not used anymore, I delete it from my website so it doesn't cause any errors. If I'm looking right now at my screen, and I have 17 active plugins on my blog, and Extra Paycheck blog is the blog where I have the most plugins. I have other blogs and other niche websites, and they have a lot less plugins. They would usually have like 5-6 plugins maximum, because I don't need them. I don't need those websites to do as many things as the Extra Paycheck does. So that's it. I'm gonna bring that window down. Okay. So any other questions? I wanted to mention something else. Oh yeah, there is another quite a few different business ideas, online business ideas, and I've tried a few of those. So Amazon is actually a huge platform for starting online businesses, your own online businesses. And Amazon is, it's kind of a good and a bad platform for different reasons, because Amazon is so huge that people already go to Amazon to buy products. That's a big difference between starting up your own e-commerce shop and then selling your products on Amazon. If you start your own brand of, let's say, once again, headphones, like I mentioned previous example, right? You want to sell headphones. You build this really high quality premium headphone brand, and you want to sell them on your website. So you have to build that website. That's fine. But then you have to market that website, right? I need some water. You need to do a lot of marketing in order to get people to your website. People don't know your brand. People don't know who you are. They don't know that your website exists. So it's really hard to get them to come to your website. But people already go to Amazon with a goal of spending money. Nobody goes to Amazon to look for some information or, entertainment purposes. People go on Amazon to buy stuff. So if you put your product on Amazon, there's a higher chance of you getting sales much faster than from your own e-commerce shop. A big difference is that Amazon usually takes a pretty high commission whenever, like if you're selling your own products on their platform. And one of the very popular platforms that Amazon has is called FBA, which stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. This means that you send your products to Amazon in bulk. Let's say you could ship a whole container of products to Amazon. Then Amazon stores your products at their warehouse. And whenever somebody buys your products, Amazon ships it to them. So they take care of the payment. Once again, they take care of customer service, returns, any kind of problems. Amazon takes care of it, not you. The problem with this is that Amazon charges about 30% of your sale price of that product. So if you're selling something for $60, Amazon will take a $20 cut from that, leaving you $40 minus the cost of the product to you, minus the shipping to Amazon warehouse and all of that. But that's one of the strategies of making money from Amazon, actually building your whole business on Amazon. And I've done that before. I've sold I've made my own products and sold them on Amazon. The problem that I see, the big problem with this, is that if for whatever reason Amazon decides to shut down your seller's account, then you kind of lose your whole business. Imagine you actually build your business to making I know $20,000 a month, $100,000 a month, and then all of the sudden Amazon decides that they don't like your products, or they decide that you broke some kind of rules, well, they're going to simply shut down your whole business, and just like that, you're back to zero. One day you're making $1 million, the next day you don't make any money at all. And I've seen those stories. I've seen a lot of those stories, because when I was selling on Amazon, I was very active on a lot of Facebook groups that are related to selling on Amazon. And quite often I've seen people complaining how their account got shut down for for whatever reason. And it just, it's sad, and it's dangerous. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Amazon is a great way to start your business, but as I'm saying, if you are selling on Amazon and it's it's getting somewhat successful, then you should definitely start your own website and do marketing and start getting sales from your own website, because that's you control your own website, not Amazon, not Facebook. You're in full control. So there's less risk of you losing that business or losing money. Okay, so let's move on. Amazon, once again, another thing that a lot of people still haven't heard. Amazon has this program. It's called Amazon Merch, which is basically a t-shirt business. So Amazon sells t-shirt, and you could be one of the people selling t-shirts on Amazon. If you join Amazon Merch, it's completely free to join. It doesn't cost you money. Then it takes quite a lot of time to get accepted, because a lot of people want to be part of the program. And what you do, you basically create t-shirt designs. So you come up with just the design, then you send that design to Amazon, you upload it to their website, and they kind of make it look printed on a t-shirt, and they make a listing for you. So your t-shirt, a t-shirt with your design, is now being sold on Amazon. And those t-shirts don't actually exist. It just, as I mentioned, it's a design. So Amazon, they don't want to print t-shirts for nothing. So what they do is basically put up the design, and if somebody wants to buy a t-shirt, they pay for it. Amazon prints it on the spot and sends it to the client. Now, I know this might seem like, kind of very simple and stupid idea maybe, but once again, because I am trying to do that a little bit, I'm trying to experiment with that. I've been active in a lot of groups that are talking about Amazon Merch, and I've seen quite a few people making really, really big money doing that. People selling, earning anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 a month selling those t-shirts on Amazon, which is completely incredible. And once again, I'm going back to one of the questions in this live stream. How do you start an online business if you don't have any money? Well, there you go. Here's another idea. Amazon Merch. Design t-shirts, upload those designs to Amazon, and receive money whenever one of your designs sells. You don't need any money to begin with. Their software, which allows you free software, which allows you to create designs. Yeah, you'll have to learn how to do that. But if you look on Amazon at some of the most popular t-shirts, they don't really have designs. They just have text. It's some kind of a text, like one of the really silly ones that I've seen. But I mean silly because they sell well. It's text that says something: rock stars are born in July, or only awesome people are born in September. And people actually buy those t-shirts. People that are born in September, they're like, oh, that's really awesome. That's a t-shirt about me. I'm gonna buy it. So they buy the t-shirt and they wear it proudly. And who made money? Well, some dude that sits in his basement and has time to waste. He created that t-shirt. All he did was basically type out that phrase, send it to Amazon. Amazon prints it on a t-shirt, sends it to the customer, and this dude makes money out of it. So that's it. It's a pretty simple business, which could actually bring a lot of money if you if you work on it. You have to be consistent. Once again, that's also not an overnight success. It's not a way to make millions of dollars overnight. You'll have to spend a lot of time creating those designs. If you don't know how to design t-shirts, you'll need to spend some time learning how to do that and trying and actually creating them. Then you have to upload them. So if you upload one t-shirt per month and nobody ever buys, well, you can't really expect to make money. Like people that I mentioned previously that make $10,000 or more per month, they have thousands of designs listed on Amazon because only a small fraction sells. You can't know what will be popular, what not. Another problem with Amazon merch is that a lot of words are kind of copyrighted and you can't use them. Like you can't make a t-shirt with the logo of your favorite sports team. You just can't sell that. It's Amazon's gonna remove it right away because they don't want to get a copyright strike from the official holder of that copyright, right? You can't make designs with pictures or images of like Mickey Mouse or anything brandable, really. Any brands that you can recognize, you can't put that on the t-shirts. Even simple things like I love iPhones or I love my MacBook, you can't do that because iPhone and MacBook, they're registered trademarks and you just can't sell anything that has this word on them, and Amazon is pretty strict on that. So if you get a few strikes for copyright issues, Amazon's gonna kick you off that platform and ban you forever. So you have to be careful. But if you do manage to create a few designs every single day and upload them on Amazon, then eventually you're gonna start making good money off of that, and you could actually live off of that for the rest of your life. I mean, we can't predict what's gonna happen to Amazon and Amazon merch, but I mean, for now, as I said, people are making 6 figures a year, and I'm sure there are people that are making 7 figures a year simply selling t-shirts through Amazon merch. It's as simple as that. Also, I mentioned FBA previously. When you let Amazon sell your products, there is another way of selling your products on Amazon. It's not through FBA, but it's actually seller fulfillment. So Amazon, you don't send any stock to Amazon. You have it at your house or your warehouse, whatever, and you list it on Amazon. And if somebody buys the product, you're responsible for shipping it. Amazon takes less fees from you for doing that, but you have more responsibilities. So there was one thing that was very popular for the past few years. It was called arbitrage, where people would actually find products at supermarkets that are a lot cheaper than on Amazon. They would buy from a supermarket or from a store like a Walmart. They'll go to a clearance, buy items at Walmart or Target, and then list them on Amazon and sell them for a full price. And some people make really good money doing that. So that's another way of making money on Amazon. So I have a question here from Ruben. Ruben is asking, for selling software, do you do keyword research? What is a good amount of searches per month to let you know that the market is big enough? That's a really good question, Ruben. For selling software, it really depends, because I don't sell software. Sometimes I promote software as an affiliate marketer. So I would concentrate, in that case, it's my very specific example. And if you can maybe clarify your question a little bit more, please do feel free to leave another message in the chat. But let's say I'm trying to promote any kind of software. I'm thinking, what can I do? What kind of software? Well, let's say Photoshop, right? I'm trying to sell Photoshop, promote Photoshop as an affiliate marketer. So what I would try to do is look for Photoshop related keywords, using different tools. And how should I put it? I don't pay too much attention to how many searches there are, because if I'm gonna target a keyword phrase such as buy Photoshop, right? I know that that I can't compete because they're like such a huge giants promoting that keyword phrase. So I would look into long tail keyword phrases, meaning something much longer than by Photoshop, something like buy Photoshop version 10.0 with the rebate or with a discount. I would target those kind of keyword phrases because I know they're a lot easier to rank for. Okay, so another question. Ruben, I plan on building and selling software for companies. Example, carpet cleaners. Okay, so Ruben, I think what you mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're planning on doing something like SaaS, right? You're planning to create software that will help carpet cleaners achieve something, maybe keep track of their clients or do estimates easier or something like that. Yeah, I mean that's what I assume you're asking. How would I do keyword research on that? Well, I don't know. To do the keyword research on that, I would have to get in the head of a carpet cleaner. If you're trying to sell a very specific software to them, you know what this software achieves. And Ruben, I would say that keyword research is still needed. Maybe not to that extent of how usually online marketers will tell you to spend hours or days on keyword research. But basically, in your case, you are offering a very specific keyword, and you're you're offering a very specific software to carpet cleaners. So I assume that they're already looking for the software, or at least that they need this software. Maybe they don't know of its existence, but they will need the software. So if let's say it's I don't know how to put it. if it's a software that helps carpet cleaners find more leads and make more sales, I would think of keywords that a carpet cleaner would use to look for your service, because they probably wouldn't look for a software because they simply don't know there's a software that does that. They don't know of your software. Maybe you're the only one or the very first one on the market with a software, but they will look for stuff like how to get more leads for a carpet cleaner company, or how to retain carpet cleaner clients. I can't tell you exactly because I don't own a carpet cleaning business. I don't know what kind of words they use and what kind of keywords they search for. But that's part of the business, part of that whatever business you're trying to go into, right? You said creating a software and selling the software to carpet cleaners. You kind of have to know your niche, your perfect client. You have to get in the head of that carpet cleaner and figure out what they're searching for. What you could do is actually get in touch with carpet cleaners or walk into their offices and have a chat with them and tell them about your software, but not trying to sell it, but you could ask them what are the biggest challenges, what they wish was easier to do, or what part or process of their business do they wish they could automate. I'll give you an example. I've seen a few different SaaS businesses recently that help landlords manage their properties, and those are really cool. And often they don't look for keyword research, as in the main keyword they would target would be like property management or remote property management, because once again those property managers, landlords, they don't know they could actually buy a software, so they wouldn't look up the keywords that say property management software. Maybe some that are a little bit more advanced, they will look for something like property management CRM, but in general they will look for like a different solution keyword, like outsourcing property management, or because once again, Ruben, I'm not sure what exactly your software does for carpet cleaners. But yeah, for a business like that, honestly, I wouldn't sweat it with the keywords. That's not the main issue here. You really have to figure out how your customer thinks. You have to figure out the exact issue the carpet cleaners have and how they search for a solution of that issue on Google. What do they type in there? They certainly aren't typing carpet cleaner software, right? So what are they typing? You have to figure that out. That's, as I mentioned, that that's part of the business. That's what makes it or breaks it. All right, so this stream has been going on for about an hour, a little bit more than an hour. I think I'm going to slowly be ending the stream, unless you guys have any more last questions. You can ask them right now. But I'm going to be ending this stream. I think I might do more of them eventually. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do more streams? Would you like more live streams? If so, what kind of subjects would you like to see on these live streams? Also, let me know how often would you like to see a live stream on this channel. I would appreciate that, because it'll give me an idea if you know, how often I should do them. If you did like the live stream, you could subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. So click on that subscription button. Also you could click on the bell button. Those are really helpful. When you click that little bell next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified whenever I have new content coming out on the channel. All right, so Elizabeth says that I should do a stream once a week. Yeah, that would be awesome, but I'm not sure that's gonna work for me right now. I'll try to do them more often. This was the first one. It was a bit stressful, to be honest. I was scared that the software will crash and the microphone will stop working and I'll lose power and the internet's gonna die on me, but nothing happened. It's still working. That's good. Okay, so I guess that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you watched it live, if you're watching a recording of the stream, you could still comment in the comment box below and I'll answer your questions if you have any questions. If you did like it, once again, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting this stream.